Guys, it is Astrid Spaceboy here. Welcome back to another video. We are continuing the
All of
Stanley
his
parable,
co-workers were gone.
trying to get
What
the
could it
confusion
mean?
ending.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
So we
well.
are
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
gonna try and do the confusion
The
ending.
lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yes, we will,
And so
however.
he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door,
Going
and
down.
got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office.
So by hitting my mic
he wanted
there,
to wander
if you
about
heard it.
and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go,
I was outside earlier, and it's
from here,
-9, so
left.
it's my nose is a little flaky, like the skin.
No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Alright,
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
I just want the confusion
It's
ending. Let's see
clearly-
what happens.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And many doors.
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything?
I just want the
when we were back in
confusion
that room
ending
with
now.
all the monitors? Did you move the
It's all my
story
mind is
somewhere,
focused on.
or, hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay, finding the story.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay. We're in the second one.
All of his
When we
co-workers
get to
were
it, we're at
gone.
the fourth.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yep. And then there are no doors.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Yep.
Well, do you know
I
what?
certainly
Since
do.
I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Yay! I
know
win
you put in a lot of
again.
hard work,
It's my
and it
third
really paid
time
off.
winning.
So, good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay, we're on the third one. With the line. Give me a second here, sorry. Doing something in real life. Taking a sip of water.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize.
Okay,
Not sure
trigger,
where I
got
was
it.
going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now
The door
is a
closed
bit of
behind me. I
music
always
to
think there's
lighten the
someone behind me.
mood. Wait, cut the music.
Yeah,
Go
look at
back
the thing.
and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Alright, there we go. We're good.
Wait,
Back in the
what?
office.
We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through...
Trusted you, Line.
Oh, I can't
This is
take
my
this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
third time trusting you. Okay, I believe this is the fourth restart, which means we're on our way. Which means we're gonna get to the
You
confused
know what, Stanley?
ending. Okay.
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Line.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines
But I
or
like
monitor
the line.
rooms.
He's
Just
sexy.
don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
No, come back to us, man. We need you.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Yeah.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in
this.
turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door
Sorry if this
lead
isn't
us to
very
where we're
entertaining
going?
to
And
watch.
since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct
I'm already
one.
sick of
Another
this ending.
victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny
I don't think I have to
awaits.
walk in circles, but I will regardless. Okay, we're on the fourth
What's
one.
this?
The fine line
The
again.
confusion
But the
ending.
confusing schedule.
You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one
Forgets the
giant
previous
ending?
restarts.
And we're supposed
Stanley
to
attempts to
restart
play
the game
the story. Attempts to play the story, but is prevented. Unable to go anywhere.
That's really how all this goes?
Okay, don't
It's
go
all
back up. Okay, got it.
Determined? So
Then,
now, according to the
sixth
schedule, I
restart,
restart
back to
again.
fine
Then
line
what?
again.
Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why
Fine line
don't I
again.
get a
You're
say in
following
all of
the
this?
line.
Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep
On the fifth
restarting.
one,
I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped
one,
like this.
I need to just play a story. I can't
restart
go
the
back
game.
up.
I won't
I gotta
do
just
it.
play the
I
story.
won't do it. I won't do it.
And
the
fine
timer
line again.
stopped?
Okay.
Does that
Fine
mean
line again. Fine line
did we
again.
do it? Did we break the cycle? The whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
Yeah, I'll say, yeah, okay.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in
I need
some
to
way
just play
that
the
this
story.
is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Okay, now I just play the story regularly.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you
Okay.
verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I just need to play the story.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
This time I will not accidentally go back up. But it would be funny if I did the... No, I'm not...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Okay. Was it because I answered the phone now? Am I gonna not get the proper ending?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
So when do I get interrupted?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Did I not get it?
Yes. He had won. He had
Did I not get
defeated
the ending
machine,
because I
unshackled
because I
himself from someone
answered the
else's
phone?
command. Freedom was
I
mere
certainly hope
moments
not.
away.
I am...
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I got an achievement called You Can't Jump. No, seriously, we disabled it just now. I guess it's just because I won't stop spamming the interact button.
Stanley
Oh.
felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
No interruptions, no none of that.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
There is a bunch of boxes here now. I think that's because I ordered all these boxes.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. There any more boxes?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Didn't get interrupted.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense.
These
And as
rooms
Stanley
are
pondered this,
repeating,
he began to
which
make
is...
other strange observations. For example,
that's right.
why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did
Video
doors
game.
close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Yep.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last,
Is this a
he came to
Yugo?
the conclusion that it
This
had been
looks
on
like
the
a
tip of his
Yugo.
tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Nice,
Then
nice,
he
nice.
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
That is
Now the voice
kind
was
of concerning,
describing
yeah.
itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not
I
a
do
dream.
have an internal
How could
monologue,
it
so
be? Was Stanley simply
whatever
deceiving
it's called.
himself?
So,
Believing that if he's asleep, he
having a
doesn't
voice
have
in
to
my
take
head is
responsibility for himself?
not
Stanley is as
that
awake
concerning
right
to
now
me.
as he's ever been in his life.
Don't know if you can tell, but I'm getting
Now,
tired.
hearing the voice speak these words was
It's
quite a
like
shock to Stanley.
4 or
After all,
5 in the
he
morning.
knew for certain,
where I am
beyond a
now.
doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
Don't know if you can hear, but I'm still
Everything will
moving.
be fine. I am okay.
Ooh, I was just walking into, I guess, a corner over here by myself for a while.
Stanley began screaming. Please,
I'm
someone wake me
screaming.
up. My name is
Wake me
Stanley.
up.
I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I
All
must
I
be
see
real. I
is
must be.
red.
Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
And everything went black.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this
Stanley is
particular day,
dead.
her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just
I
a
think
few
the
brief
narrator
moments,
is
she
Stanley.
considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment,
Crazy
she
people
thought
don't
to
look
herself
like
how lucky
anything
she
in
was to be
specific.
normal.
It's
I
mainly
am
about
sane. I
acting
am
and how
in
they
control
think.
of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this.
I have a vague
and in
idea of
certain
what's
way,
real.
Seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled
what
for
does
that
it truly
day.
mean
The
to be
very
real?
important people whose impressions of her would
I don't
affect
know.
her
I'm not a
career,
philosopher.
and by
I-
extension, the rest of
So
her
I can't
life.
really talk about
She
that
had
kind of
no
stuff.
time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Turned and ran. I died. Listen, if y'all see my corpse dead on the sidewalk, maybe don't run. I don't know.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. I guess I need, 3 more tries or something. Hey, what if I go into the white void? What happens if I go into the white void? Come on. I got into this window last time. There we go.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this
okay.
and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
I guess it is a part of the
He
game.
then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and
Shut up.
its examination of structural narrative tropes.
Quit being sarcastic.
So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Well,
Yeah,
I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just restart the game any old time you want.
I can. Oh,
Like right now.
I did
You
not
could have
know
done
that.
it just then. Now would
Yes,
also
I
be an
could have.
appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Fine.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a
I can
meaningful
sit here
way,
all
but his
night.
brain had long ceased to function. Which is why
My
he's
brain
in
didn't
this
stop
parable
functioning. It melted
and
like
lives an existence
3 years
quite
ago.
terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you
Nothing
too
is gonna last
will
year, I
become
should
quite
say.
unbearable.
Yes.
You too will become quite unbearable.
Is the white getting whiter, or is that just me? I'm gonna. Just lean my head back. I might go to sleep now. I might go to bed. I do need sleep. It's quite soothing guitar. That's right. I could use some quiet. Alone in my thoughts. I can be here all night. Maybe I'll just be here for the rest of my recording. How much time do I got left on my recording? Let me check. I accidentally took a screenshot. Let me check again. Okay. Yeah, I can be here for another 26 minutes. What time is it? Yeah, I could be here for another 26 minutes. I'm just leaning back in my reclining chair. Eyes are closed. Real comfy. Just waiting. The worst part about this is that I have tinnitus. So, you know, it's not entirely quiet. Got an annoying ringing sound constantly ringing in my head. I think the best part about my brain is that I can just play on loop the guitar that they were playing, the chord, the riff. Okay. I can. Here, we'll look at this for a little bit now. You know what? I'll get another ending to the game. Except I won't. No? I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll set up, see. See, I can truly stay here for like another 20 minutes. I really could. But that's just not the viewing experience, so I'll do it. I'll just restart. That's not a proper viewing experience.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Nah. Can't get me back there even if I wanted to.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this
No,
was
he
not
doesn't.
the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now
No,
in
I
his
don't. I want to
incredible
get
room,
right through it.
Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Tempted to go back down to the confusion route, but
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
where's the keycard?
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back.
That's okay, I don't care.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Thank you. Okay, that's another ending, I guess.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all
What happens
just
if I go
laugh
down
and
here
laugh at the
and
time
I
I
press-
thought everyone had gone missing. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co. At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the
That's what
game's
happens when I
design
answer
all
no.
along.
That
He
I'm
then
not
praised
tired
the
of the
game for
bit.
its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and
Guess
its
the confusion
examination of
ending isn't a
structural
thing?
narrative tropes.
I don't know,
So,
I'll
now
look it
that
up
you're
after
here,
I'm
what do you
done here.
think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been
I know what would have
particularly
happened
different?
because
Would I have
I
taken the
already
same
did it.
idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the
done it
issue
already
in
before.
the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option?
I did the
Clearly,
other
this
option
whole
first,
gag
so
takes some time.
we're
What if
good.
the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich.
I don't know how
Perhaps you
long the
just
other one
played
is.
the other option.
Yeah, I
and
just
now
did.
you've come to see what happens in this one.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
Shut
Well,
up.
now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Is that it? Got it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
No.
this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Let's see what happens.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach,
If
but
I
eager to get back to business, Stanley took
ride
the
it.
first open door on his left.
No, I won't.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten.
No, fuck you.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad
Danger
to happen to you?
everywhere.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show
Shut
you
the
something
fuck
beautiful.
up.
Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a
Shut
chance.
up, bitch. I'm not interested.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
I'm...
Stanley walked
Fuck
through
you.
the red door.
Fuck you. Blue's a better color anyway.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No!
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Bitch.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map. Because you were never supposed to be here in the
CP
first
Orange.
place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
My
Was it worth
favorite
ruining the
community
entire
map
story
that
I'd
has
written out specifically
never
for you? Do you not
been
think I put a lot
completed,
of time
that's
into
been
that?
there
Because
for
I
like...
did. And in the
Well, I
end,
guess
it
it
was
is
all for
technically-
nothing.
it's
Because
called
this is what you
CP,
wanted
I
to
guess
see.
it's probably-
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and
Is it?
unknowable
I don't know.
desires of
Maybe the
yours.
person who made
What
it
would have
died.
made this game better? What did you want to see?
The only mark they have on the world
Skill trees? Work with me.
is
You've given me absolutely
CP Orange,
nothing
you know?
so
Maybe
far.
that's the star CP
Tell you
Orange.
what, Let me take a
Someone should
stab
make
in
a
the dark
video
new
about
design, and you
the
can give me
history of
some
CP
feedback.
Orange. Why does it exist?
There
Is
we
it...
go. A
Ooh.
third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
No. You bitch. You tricked me.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Fuck
Oh,
you.
one?
Chaos.
I can understand if you had reservations
Chaos.
for ways the game could be improved to more fully express
Fuck you.
itself technically and artistically, but a one?
Yeah,
That's
one.
not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that?
You're supposed to eat shit and
I guess
die.
it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Okay. Worldwide leaderboard. Good old Neil. Players skip the intro sequence. Only the 3%. I'm also going to do this to help. How lovely. Orange.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
5.
Oh, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Okay.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him
Stock
back
photo.
to the right. And if he reaches the
Doesn't have
fire,
Shutterstock
you
on it, so
fail.
you actually
It's a
bought
very
it, you
meaningful
dum-dum.
game.
No one
All
ever
about the
buys them.
desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Nah. Yeah, I'll just be here for 4 hours, right? This is a good game. Okay. Die.
You heartless bastard.
Eat shit
Did you
and
do it because you
die.
hate babies or purely to spite me?
Yes.
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Okay.
Let's see. What
Can we play Minecraft? Or, Portal 2?
Yes. This
Or,
seems like it'll work. Let's
bring
give it
out
a
the
shot.
orange box. Let's play Half-Life.
Aha! Fascinating.
Firewatch!
What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems
I gotta say,
obvious
it
to
is
me
a
that you're
Firewatch
meant to
is a
play as
great game.
creepy man,
I've not
spying
played
on
it.
innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower. Perhaps
No,
for some sort
the
of
other way
twisted,
around. Some
erotic
creepy
purpose.
guy out in the desert who
Yes,
accidentally,
that must be it.
her
What a
son died
fascinating
by an
venture into
accident.
the
Ooh,
experience of
spoilers,
total
sorry.
mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley.
Anyway,
And it seems there's even
it's a good
more.
game, I like it.
Come, let's venture outward
I've not
and see
played it,
what
but
else
I've
is
watched
out
many
there.
people play it. Minecraft door open noise. No step on snake. Oh, there's... her tower out there, yeah. I hate the people who play this game and don't stay faithful to their wife. By the way, might I add that? Like, come on, guys. She's not well, and you're
Oh no.
just not
No,
being
no, no, no,
nice.
can't
Like,
be.
come on. Give me outhouse. I need to see Mr. Bernie Burns or whatever his name is.
It's an open
Not Bernie
world
Burns. That's
game.
Rooster
Good
Teeth.
God, quickly block it off.
No!
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions,
I
no
think,
path to follow. You can just go
The
in
narrator
any...
has
Oh,
is a control
thank
freak.
heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
Minecraft?
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Maze Runner roleplay server.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Got a nice big wall. Lot of them.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility
I don't
that you
know
could
what
get
this
lost
is.
here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Let's go towards blue. It's the superior color to orange.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown
football?
together. Yes, I think surely we must.
I guess.
Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
There is no jump button. Whoa. I am
Are you doing it? Are you
sprinting.
winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal... Hold on.
Hole. I fell down into my maw, my gaping maw.
How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Can I travel anywhere? No, I fall deeper into the pit. Okay, well now this is Gmod. This is just straight up Gmod. Oh, I see. Okay. No, I don't. I have no idea what I see. Light. We are just, nearing the end of the video. This is Gmod. Look at this. This is Gmod. These are the Gmod things. This is Half-Life stuff. Oh, what happened?
I wonder what he found.
Oh, I thought my
If
game
what he wanted was
crashed.
to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion.
I
That's
care
who
little.
I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's
Call
no
me a
way.
dreadnought, for I
Once
dread
this ends,
not.
after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
That's how the dreadnoughts got
I
their
can
names.
wait.
It's- They were dubbed dreadnoughts for they dread not. They have no dread. Oh, it I guess restarts. Alright, well,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
no more input. Okay. Well, by the seams of
When
it,
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
yeah, why not? Yeah. Well, I guess that's
Yet there
it
was not a single
for
person
the
here
second
either.
episode
Feeling a
of
wave
my
of disbelief,
first
Stanley decided to
playthrough
go up to his
of
boss's
Stanley
office,
Parable.
hoping he might find an answer there.
Next episode, we will pick up with me, I guess, in the broom closet. So I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now. Bye for now.